Welcome to another episode of Behind the Book. Today, I'm going to be speaking with Katelyn Bullock about We Take It to 11. We'll jump right in. Welcome to Behind the Book, where I am your guide, Heather Andrews, unraveling the captivating stories from behind the pages. Join me as I sit down with authors from the literary landscape to delve into challenges, inspirations, and untold tales that breathe life into their written worlds. Welcome to another episode of Behind the Book. I'm Heather Andrews, and today I have Katelyn Bullock, and we are going to be talking about We Take It to 11. So Katelyn, we're going to jump right in and say, how do you take it to 11?
First of all, do you know what it means to take it to 11? Right? We talked about this.
I know.
You know. So for any of my Spinal Tap friends out there who know what it means, I'm going to explain it to the other people. But essentially there was a mockumentary a while back about a band called Spinal Tap, and their amps went to 11. And the guy says, well, why don't you just make your 10 louder? And he looks at him kind of disgusted, but these ones go to 11, right? When I'm up there and I need just a little bit more, what do the other blokes do? They can't go anywhere, they're stuck at 10. Well, we take it to 11, right? So this has been an ongoing joke in ENTA Solutions, and it was not really a joke, more like a motto, really. Mm-hmm. How do we take it to 11 for our customers, for ourselves, for the next iteration? And so we're on a path to 11, baby.
I love that. and as you know, you just did Culture Revolution, so we took it to 11 with some of the stories that we did, and we just made everybody kind of go a little bit further. Yeah.
Push it.
And so now that Culture Revolution is published and it's out there in the world, and you told your chapter, which was called Unicorns and Assholes, and we've done a whole series on unicorns and hunting unicorns and success and all of the things. What has the book done for you?
Oh, beyond connecting us with some amazing people, because literally we have the leading culture experts and leaders in this book, right? Spanning across Canada, because it's not just here in Calgary, although a lot of them are here. It's brought us together, right? Opportunities to collaborate, to share, to lift each other up. That's been huge. For me, it's always about people, right? Culture. It's about the people, right? And building that network is huge. And being able to come together with other experts and pick their brain and really, share experiences has been huge. Additionally, this book is going to be part of a little something that Adam and I are working on.
Mm-hmm. Is that part of the What's Next?
That's part of the What's Next, yeah.
So what is next for you, Katelyn?
So, besides many more books.
Yeah.
Because in fact, we had a whole bunch of authors that didn't make this round who want in. So Culture Revolution 2 might be a thing.
Absolutely,
right?
I love that.
Right? So maybe it's post-revolution. So
Evolution, yeah.
Evolution, yeah. We are building Team Building in a Box.
I love that.
Yeah. So, not all businesses can afford thousands of dollars of team building. So they tend to do things like go get beers and wings, or like little things. But what we know as culture experts is it's not just about the experience, it's about the mind shift that goes around the experience, right? So you can take something to 11 by just adding a little bit more strategy to your experiences. And so we thought, how can we give something to people who can't necessarily afford to have facilitators or go off-site to retreats or do that stuff that we love to do. And so we came up with Team Building in a Box. And so it's like an escape room, but reverse.
Oh.
You're not trying to get out, you're trying to get in. Right? So it's all these challenges that they get to work through, and they get to solve these problems together. And how do they communicate? How do their values show up? What could they have done better to take it to 11, right? What could they have done better? But it's the analysis around the experience, the talking about how we communicate, how we work together. Did we feel vulnerable to fail? Right? Because when you're trying to problem solve or puzzle solve, you've got to fail. You have to be willing to have an idea and maybe it's not a good one. Right? And sometimes as leaders, it's really hard to do that.
Yeah.
Right? You think you need to have all the answers, so innovation becomes hard at that point because you don't want to fail. Right? You have to. Failure's part of success, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I honestly think that it's a great way for these smaller businesses to have an experience that actually is team building because there's a mind shift around it.
Absolutely.
And the book's going to be part of that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and I think the other thing too is that, you know, that team building creates like safety and for those cultivation of ideas, and that's really driving the culture moving forward.
100%.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah. It's very cool. And even bigger corporations can use it because they can run it like a competition, which is a ton of fun.
Oh, corporate, what is it? Survivor training?
Yeah, like
yeah. Corporation Survivor. Yeah.
Survivor, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I'm not going to give all the details away, but that's coming. I'm hoping to have them ready for our book launch. But this is my first foray into supply chain management. So.
True. So,
right, because we've always been a service company, and this is going to be our very first product.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Right?
Well, you're second because you got to have a book. You're going to have a book.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So now we need to like wrap our heads around that aspect of it. But that's kind of what's coming down the pipeline. I'm super excited for it.
Yeah. So it sounds like there was a little bit of rebranding and some, because you're taking all your old videos and putting new videos up and the new improved.
Yeah, it's coming. New website. So our website gets redone every 2 years. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I always laugh when companies are like, but I already did my website. Oh no. Like you're literally refreshing every 2 years, right? You're staying on top of it, changing your keywords, honing in dynamics, all that stuff. So we're about to go through a new website, and yeah, excited to get that all polished up.
I love that. That is beautiful. So what is, and then so after, like, so you got new book launches, new books coming out, new products, and then what is next for Kate personally?
Me personally? Ooh, great. Me personally, I definitely am doing more keynote speaking.
Okay.
And I want to be doing these courses that we have coming out, like these culture courses are huge. And they allow to get your team to learn about culture, right?
Yeah.
So we do team building within the course. Plus it's the course. So it's a great way to kind of get both the learning and the fun experience, but I want to be doing that every day. That would like fill my soul with happiness, to be creating them and to be facilitating and really unlocking the potential of people.
Well, I know when I did a lot of my courses when I was in corporation and healthcare in the old days or back in the day, one of the biggest transformations was just of self. And I became a better mom and a better partner and just an all-around better human. And all of those skills I've been able to move forward to coach others and use in my business to be, you know, so it's not, you learn so much in what you and ENTA are creating and and the openness of it. And I think that is super, super key as you guys move forward.
Totally. And my favorite part is that sometimes we create things like workshops, and it isn't till I've run them a few times that I'm like, this is why it's powerful. Like, I don't know, like I'll create it and be like, okay, I know that this is the right way to do it. I know it has to be done this specific way, right? And we'll run it through a few times until I see people's reactions and I watch how like it hits and lands. And I was like, there it is. That's why it's powerful. And it's almost like reverse engineering the psychology behind it to understand the why, but like as you're testing it. And it's really cool to have these epiphany moments to say, this is exactly why this resonates. And just being able to keep taking it to 11, right? Iterating to success. And that's my favorite.
And I love that, taking it to 11, because you're always striving. And it's okay if you have to go back to the drawing board, and because you're always evolving and always growing. And I think that is the biggest thing in culture, is just because you do it once, you're always refining it every 2 years to make sure that because there's always going to be team members that change. There's always going to be evolution, and you have to change with that evolution. And I think that is where we're going, is we have to just stay on target with where the heart of our culture is.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's been a motto, the Take It to 11's been a motto. It's how we pick our employees too. You know, they align with the values, but they have that, do they have that Take It to 11 sort of grit, as Adam would say, or like competitive nature, right? Because like we've hired some new employees, and within the first 3 months, like they're showing us that they're taking it to 11.
Beautiful.
Right? Like I'll be like, oh, you know, if I was doing this, I might, you know, go look this up. And all of a sudden they come back like with this whole slew, and it's finished and it's polished, and they're like, and then I thought about this, and then I did this all on my own. And I'm like, oh, they've got the take it to 11, right? So it's been not only where we're going, but it's a part of who we are too.
Absolutely. And as we wrap up today, Katelyn, where can people find you?
Yes, come follow me or connect with me, because I love to meet new people and I love to lift everybody up who's in my network and connect them to opportunities. You can find me on LinkedIn at Katelyn Bullock, or you can find me on my other social platforms at Lady Kate the Entrepreneur, or if you want to get hold of me through entasolutions.org, it's another great avenue. Either way, connect, reach out. Love to meet you guys.
Absolutely. And thank you, Katelyn, for being on these episodes. And thank you to our audience for joining us. And make sure you go and grab a copy of Culture Revolution on Amazon. It's ebook and print book, so make sure you get your copy and reach out to ENTA Solutions. And my next thing will be, can you take it to 11, and what does that mean for you? See you next time on Behind the Book. As we close another chapter on Behind the Book, I want to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our wonderful authors for sharing their stories. I'm Heather Andrews, reminding you that the adventure doesn't end here. Keep turning those pages, and I will see you next time.